Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we want to present a topic 4, which is selecting topic and purpose. Our group members are Fakhrul Islam bin YAACOB, Muhammad AMIROLRIDZUAN bin ARIPIN, SAKINAH binti ANUAR, SYAZANA binti AHMAD, NORHAMIZAH binti AKHIR, HIDAYAH SALWANI binti FAUZI, and IFFAH binti ASHORI.
So what is public speaking? Okay, public speaking in the general meaning is an action or process of a person performing a speech to the audience and in front of others who directly speaks to the public, which is to provide the information, to entertain, and also to influence the minds of the audience. It is also understood as a formal and face-to-face conversation with a group of listeners. Based on our research study, according to Cambridge Dictionary, it states that public speaking is the activity of speaking on a subject to the group of people, which are all the formal means of communication, including the public speaking engagement, the press, the television, and the information leaflets are used. Therefore, in order to deliver and present the message of public speaking to the audience, it is very important to the speaker in terms of selecting the topic before being presented to the audience and before the speech making session. So, according to Lucas, the speech topic was influenced by the occasion, the audience, and the speaker's qualification. A great speech starts with great topic. So there are two approaches or situations when selecting topic, whether the topic that the speaker wants to know about or the topic that the speaker knows a lot about. So it is very important to choose a suitable topic and gain the interest from the audience.
I want to talk about general purpose. The first step before speaker choosing the topic, the speaker needs to determine the general purpose for the speech. General purpose are the overall goal of the speech. There are two types of general purpose, which is to inform and to persuade. According to Andy Smith 2012, state that the speech to persuade, we try to influence audience belief, attitude, values, or behavior. Next, I would like to share some tips or guidelines in selecting general purpose. First, when general purpose is to inform, speaker act as a lecturer or teacher. The aim is to convey information clearly and interestingly. For example, when speaker want to talk about how to lift weights to the audience, the goal is to enhance or add some knowledge to the audience. Next, the general purpose is to persuade. Speaker act as a supporter or promoter. The aim is to change or structure the attitude or action of the listeners. For example, speaker try to convince the audience that they should start the regular program of weightlifting. The primary goal is to win over the audience to the speaker overview and make them follow it.
After choosing a general topic and purpose, we must focus with our choice by specifying the specific purpose of our speech. Specific purpose can also be defined as an infinitive phrase constructed based on the general purpose of the speaker to clearly indicate what the purpose of a particular speech is. Next, we are also required to observe how the subject clearly refers to the listener. Now, we are going to look on central idea. Okay, what is the meaning of central idea? The central idea is a concise statement of what you expect to say. Central idea is actually expressed as a simple, declarative sentence that refines and sharpens the specific purpose statement. We move to the next part, which is tips and guidelines in formatting specific purpose and central idea. There are some tips that we can use as our guideline when creating a specific purpose and central idea. First, write a statement as a full infinitive phrase. Second, state your statement not as a question. Third, avoid using figurative language in your statement. Fourth, make sure your statement are not too vague. And lastly, limit your statement to one distinct idea.
Alright, I will present for the next point, which is in critical argument based on theoretical and interview session about selecting topic and purpose. After discussing with my teammate, we agree with statement from our interviewer, Dr. Shamsul Hakim, lecturer from Faculty Quran and Sunnah, that he said speaker have to ensure first who will listen of the speech that will be delivered by speaker. The main point for this topic is a speaker or da'i must represent accordance with our current situation. I want to share in dakwah, it have 4 principles to deliver speech or deliver dakwah. First, speaker or da'i. Second, audience or mad'u. Third, method dakwah. And fourth, material of dakwah. So, based on 4 principles of delivering dakwah, the third, which is method of dakwah, is very related for this topic, selecting topic and purpose. So, speaker or da'i have to choose any topic that's suitable for audience and use a simple way of delivering or applying the presentation of the speech for the good and great topic that audience want to listen.
Every Muslim knows in general about the obligation in conveying the teaching of Islam to all human beings, not only through oral and written but also through the behavior in accordance with the ability and knowledge possessed. We know that one of the most important elements of da'wah is a preacher. In Arabic, we call it as a da'i, which means a people who invite and call. We know that in this era, many da'i convey the message by giving speech to the people that they are targeting. This method can help in digging out their talents in public speaking and also facilitate them in spreading the Islamic da'wah. After that, public speaking is one of the charisma of a da'i who is able to attract the interest of the community in approaching the good things. As a Muslim, we know that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is clearly one of the best examples that cannot be matched by the others in the history of Islamic public speaking. So, we as a da'i must make Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as our idol in our life and also follow his ways in preaching the da'wah.
Public speaking in the context of communication can be used as a strategy for da'i to delivering the da'wah. So, as a da'i, first, we must know or we must identify who will be our audience. Second, we must make a preparation from our contents before delivering to different audience. And third, there must be an ethic or a guideline that we must follow before we delivering a speech. If the da'i does not make the preparation, it will cause the da'i to be nervous when dealing with the audience, and what is critical is that the goal of da'wah will not reach to them. So we know that all of the da'wah method basically require public speaking skill to convince the listener to accept our da'wah. Lastly, a da'i needs to choose a title that fits with their qualification or skill or knowledge to deliver a speech so that the information presented is true and not fabricated.
For the conclusion, a knowledge about selecting topic and purpose is important to many categories, not only for leaders and teachers only. Islam was emphasized the objective of giving speech by selecting topic to make sure that audience will understand and get the input that given by the speaker. Other than that, there are many tools and methods to selecting topic and purpose that we learn in the subject, such as brainstorming, internet, and others. In public speaking, we cannot talk arbitrarily without any preparation and without any guidelines, because mistake in giving a speech, giving a public speaking will have a bad impact on the group of da'i. Especially we using a name of da'i, because a Malay proverb say terlajak perahu boleh diulur, terlajak kata buruk padanya. Wallahu a'lam.